I was fishing the other day when I hooked into a nice fish. And while I was bass fishing with a rattle trap, the way this fish was pulling, I knew it was a catfish. And after losing a fish in a similar way, I was locked in. Ended up landing the fish, but I also noticed we looked like two brothers watching the airplanes. And since a lot of people at these public parks like to look at the fish we catch, I shouted over to them, pointed at the fish, and invited them to come check out the catch. And as they made their way over, I decided to meet them at the corner of the pier. So I brought the catch over and walked it to the end. Not only was it a catch I could show to other people in the park, but it was a nice blue catfish. And as what I presumed to be the little brother walked up, I started kind of explaining the catch a little bit, and he was super excited to check out the fish. Even asking what kind of fish it was, and then in talking to them, I realized that these two gentlemen were actually cousins. The kid you're seeing here had actually just flown in from Guinea to visit the US, and he had never seen a catfish before. And as you saw a few moments ago, he wanted to touch the fish, but before he did, I had to make sure he understood that they had spines, which is why I told him if he wanted to touch the fish, he could just touch the belly. And what you didn't see is off camera, the catfish started peeing at the same time. You truly never know what's going to happen when you're out fishing. But then the older cousin came over. I ended up chatting up with both of them. The older cousin's name was Sid, very nice guy. And he had seen different types of fish from the Potomac before, but had never gotten out to fish himself. So he too was asking questions about the different bodies of water and the different fish in them. And while I always say I don't know everything, I'm always happy to share what I know. And in this case too, I decided to talk about how I caught this fish and where I was kind of casting my lure to figure out where the fish were at, what lure I was using, etc. And I was also telling Sid, the older cousin, kind of where the spines were, what their purpose were, and why you should watch out for them. They were both super nice and very stoked that I asked them to come over and check out the fish. He had apparently just picked his younger cousin up from the airport, and when his younger cousin expressed interest in watching the planes fly in, he knew to take him here, which in fact, his younger cousin has an airplane YouTube channel that I wish I could find so I could promote here because the content is pretty cool. And then his younger cousin wanted to get a photo to show everybody back home, so I made sure to get the fish posed for a nice photo before I released it. And then once they grabbed the photo, I ended up chatting with both of them for a good another hour and a half while I continued to fish, talking all things fishing, sports, etc. They were great to talk to, and it was overall a great experience. I love fishing, but one of my favorite things about fishing is the people you meet when you're out on the bank.